Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
It's great to be here.
Today we're diving into a topic we've gotten a ton of requests about,
Oh, yeah.
the gut microbiome and its connection to fertility.
Okay.
Our listeners sent us some super interesting stuff.
Hmm.
A recent research article and a summary of an 800-year-old traditional Chinese medicine text.
Wow, that's a fascinating
I
combo.
know, right?
You know, it is kind of wild how those two worlds sometimes meet.
Yeah.
Like both modern science and ancient wisdom are pointing to the gut
Right?
as this crucial player for our overall well-being.
Absolutely, and that includes reproductive health. Okay, let's unpack this a bit.
Right.
So the research article, it really digs into how the gut microbiome,
You mean all those trillions of bacteria living in our intestines?
exactly,
Wow.
how it impacts hormonal regulation, immune function, even nutrient absorption.
It's pretty amazing how these tiny little organisms have such a huge impact on our bodies, huh?
It really is.
Makes you wonder, how does an imbalance in the gut microbiome actually lead to infertility?
Well, the research suggests a few mechanisms at play here.
Oh.
For instance, chronic inflammation, which is often triggered by an imbalance of those bacteria in our gut, can actually disrupt the delicate balance of hormones needed for reproductive health.
Interesting. It's like one imbalance can trigger others throughout the body.
Yeah, kind of like a domino effect.
Exactly. One thing that really stood out to me was the role of the enzyme glucuronidase.
Oh, yeah, I remember reading about that.
Some gut bacteria, they actually produce this enzyme,
Right.
and it's essential for estrogen metabolism.
It's crazy to think about tiny bacteria impacting something as crucial as estrogen levels.
Mind-blowing, right?
Totally. And we're not just talking about female fertility here either.
Oh, right.
This research also suggests that men's sperm quality and motility can be impacted by an imbalance in their gut microbiome, too.
So important for both partners.
Absolutely. It highlights how important a balanced gut microbiome is for both partners when they're trying to conceive.
For sure.
Now, let's shift gears for a moment and bring in this ancient Chinese text, the Treatise on the Spleen and Stomach.
Okay.
It's incredible how this text, written centuries ago, emphasizes the importance of digestion
Right.
and internal balance for overall health. They use this concept of qi, or vital energy, that flows through the body.
The treatise really stresses how things like diet and stress can disrupt that flow of qi.
Yeah, particularly within the spleen and stomach,
Hmm.
leading to all sorts of health problems.
It's interesting those concepts, even though described so differently back then,
Yeah.
they really resonate with what modern science is discovering about the gut microbiome.
They totally do.
It all comes back to that mind-body connection.
It really does. There's even this mention of yin fire, which they describe as a condition of excess heat caused by an underlying deficiency.
That sounds a lot like the chronic inflammation we were talking about in relation to the gut microbiome,
It's like they were describing the same phenomenon just in a different way.
right? Different language, different time, but maybe getting at the same basic idea.
It's pretty amazing.
It is. Both modern science and ancient Chinese medicine pointing to the importance of balance within the body.
Right, but that balance can be thrown off
Oh, absolutely.
by a lot of different things,
For sure.
including what's going on in our gut.
Absolutely. So this is all super interesting, but what does it all mean for someone who's trying to conceive?
Right. What can people actually do to, like positively influence their gut microbiome?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
One promising area is diet.
Oh, of course. The age-old "you are what you eat" adage.
Right. But it's especially true when we're talking about gut health.
So are we just talking about loading up on fruits and veggies?
Well, that's a great start for sure.
Yeah.
But the research suggests focusing on specific foods that promote a diverse and healthy gut microbiome. That's really key.
So diversity is important.
It's essential.
Got it. I've heard a lot about fermented foods being good for gut health. Can you tell us more about those?
Fermented foods are definitely having a moment, and for good reason. They're excellent sources of probiotics.
Yeah.
There was this recent study in the journal Nature. They found that consuming fermented foods like kimchi or sauerkraut at least 3 times a week
Okay.
significantly increased gut bacteria diversity in the participants.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So basically, by adding these fermented foods to our diet, we're introducing beneficial bacteria to our gut, which can help restore balance.
Exactly. It's like giving your gut microbiome a helping hand.
I like that. What about prebiotics? I know they play a role in gut health too.
They do.
but I'm not really sure how they work.
Well, think of prebiotics as food for your probiotics.
Ah, okay.
They're types of fiber that we can't digest, but the good bacteria in our gut, they love them.
Okay.
Prebiotics, they basically fuel the growth and activity of those beneficial bacteria.
So it's like we're setting up a welcoming environment for the good guys to thrive.
Exactly.
So if fermented foods are like bringing in reinforcements,
Yes.
prebiotics are making sure they've got enough supplies to build a strong base.
That's a great way to put it. And there are plenty of foods that are good sources of prebiotics.
Like what?
Oh, things like onions, garlic, bananas, asparagus.
Okay.
Those are all great choices.
So we've covered diet. What about probiotic supplements? Are those helpful too?
They can be beneficial for some people, but it's important to be thoughtful about it.
No. Cool.
Not all probiotic supplements are created equal. You see, there are so many different strains of bacteria, and some work better for specific conditions.
Right. So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's super important to talk to a healthcare professional to figure out which probiotic strains are right for you.
Makes sense. I'm noticing a pattern here. It's not just about good bacteria versus bad bacteria.
Right.
It's more about understanding this whole ecosystem we have inside us and finding ways to, like, really nurture the beneficial bacteria.
Absolutely.
While keeping the not-so-helpful ones in check.
You hit the nail on the head. It's all about balance.
Balance. Got it.
Yeah.
Before we dive into other potential interventions, I think it's important to look closer at the mechanisms by which the gut microbiome actually influences fertility.
I agree.
We've talked about inflammation and hormonal imbalances.
Yeah.
Well, what are the specific pathways involved?
Well, one really fascinating pathway is the gut-brain connection.
I've heard of that, but I don't really understand how it works.
Did you know that the gut actually communicates with the brain through the vagus nerve?
No, I didn't know that.
And this communication can directly impact hormone regulation.
So what's happening in our gut can actually send signals to our brain that then mess with our hormone levels.
Exactly. It shows how interconnected our bodies really are.
Wow. Okay, so how does this gut-brain connection actually relate to fertility?
Well, think about it this way.
Okay.
Stress, we know it can negatively impact fertility.
Right.
And we also know that stress can disrupt the balance of bacteria in our gut.
So is it possible that by managing stress, we're not only improving our mental and emotional well-being, but we're also positively impacting our gut health?
You got it.
And then, in turn, that has a positive ripple effect on our reproductive system.
Exactly. It's all connected, and that's just one example.
Wow.
There's still so much we're learning about the gut microbiome and fertility, but what we do know is that maintaining a healthy gut is just crucial for overall well-being, and that includes reproductive health.
Absolutely. This has been fascinating.
It has.
We've explored the science behind the gut microbiome's connection to reproductive health, learned about the importance of diet, and even touched on the gut-brain connection.
And there's so much more to uncover.
Oh, I know, right?
We'll be back with part 2 of this deep dive. We'll be exploring other potential interventions like fecal microbiota transplantation.
Yeah.
And we'll dive into some of the ethical considerations that come with this emerging field of research. So stay tuned.
Can't wait.
Welcome back to the deep dive.
I'm ready for more.
We've been having such a fascinating conversation about the gut microbiome and fertility. Before the break, we were talking about how stress can impact both our gut health and our reproductive system.
Yeah, through that gut-brain connection.
Exactly, that amazing gut-brain connection.
Our bodies are like this crazy network
of
interconnected systems, and the gut seems to be at the center of it all.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to hear more about some of the interventions that are being explored, like fecal microbiota transplantation.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fecal microbiota transplantation, or FMT, it's definitely one of the more intriguing areas of research. It involves transferring fecal matter from a healthy donor into the recipient's gut to try to restore that healthy microbial balance.
So it's like a total gut microbiome makeover.
That's a great way to put it.
But why would someone need such a, drastic intervention?
Well, FMT is usually reserved for cases of severe gut dysbiosis, where other treatments haven't worked.
So when nothing else helps.
Pretty much, yeah. Think of it like a last resort, when the gut microbiome is so messed up that it's really impacting someone's health.
Got it.
There's more and more evidence suggesting that FMT can be incredibly effective for treating certain conditions,
Okay.
like recurrent clostridioids, difficile infection.
So it's almost like hitting the reset button on the gut microbiome.
Exactly.
That's wild. But I'm sure there are some, challenges and ethical considerations with this kind of intervention.
Oh, absolutely. Donor screening is super important.
Right, to make sure it's safe.
Exactly. And we need to think carefully about the long-term effects of introducing an entirely new set of microbes into someone's gut.
It seems like there's still a lot to learn about FMT and how it can be used. But it's amazing to think that we could potentially treat certain conditions by essentially transplanting a healthy gut microbiome.
I know. It really shows just how powerful these microbes can be.
It really does. Okay, shifting gears a bit here.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the term psychobiotics?
Psychobiotics, that's a new one for me.
I know, it's a mouthful.
It sounds like it has something to do with, like, the mind and gut bacteria.
You're exactly right.
Really?
Psychobiotics are a type of probiotic that have been shown to positively impact mental health.
Oh, wow. So they actually work on that gut-brain axis we were talking about before.
Exactly. They influence that communication pathway between the gut and the brain.
So taking certain probiotics could potentially, like, improve our mood?
That's what the research is suggesting.
Interesting.
Some studies have shown that specific strains of psychobiotics can reduce anxiety and stress levels and even improve cognitive function.
So it all goes back to that connection between the gut and brain.
It does.
And how powerful those gut microbes really are.
It really does.
And remember how we were talking about stress negatively impacting fertility?
Yeah.
Well, if certain probiotics can help manage stress, it's possible that they could indirectly help support reproductive health too.
Oh, that's
It
fascinating.
needs more research for sure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a promising avenue.
It seems like we're really just starting to understand how much the gut microbiome impacts our health.
Yeah.
What are some of the other areas that researchers are focusing on?
Well, one area that's gaining a lot of attention is personalized medicine.
Okay, personalized medicine. What's that?
Imagine a future where we could analyze an individual's gut microbiome
Okay.
and tailor interventions to their specific needs.
Oh, wow. So like personalized dietary recommendations, targeted probiotic therapies, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Maybe even the development of new medications that interact with the gut microbiome in really specific ways.
That sounds like something out of a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
But it also makes me think about things like access and affordability.
Uh-huh.
Would these personalized approaches be available to everyone or just a select few?
That's a really important point. As we learn more about the gut microbiome and these personalized interventions, we need to make sure that these advancements are accessible to everybody.
Right. Equity and access have to be part of the conversation as this field keeps developing.
Absolutely. But it's really exciting to think about the possibilities.
It is.
Imagine a future where we can really use the power of the gut microbiome to improve not just reproductive health, but so many other conditions as well.
It's a really exciting time to be researching this stuff.
It is. And remember, everyone listening, you can also be an active participant in your own gut health journey.
All right.
By making good choices about your diet and lifestyle. You can nurture a healthy gut microbiome and reap the benefits for your overall well-being.
This has been an amazing journey so far. We've explored everything from dietary changes to fecal microbiota transplantation. We learned about psychobiotics and even got a glimpse into the future of personalized medicine.
And in the final part of our deep dive, we'll come full circle.
Oh, cool.
We'll explore how all these modern discoveries connect back to that ancient wisdom of traditional Chinese medicine.
Okay.
And we'll leave you with some hopefully thought-provoking questions and resources.
Great.
So you can continue your exploration of this incredible world within. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been on quite a journey exploring the gut microbiome and its impact on fertility.
We have, from diet to FMT.
Right, and even psychobiotics.
It's amazing what we're learning about this whole hidden world inside us.
It really is. For this last part, I'd love to circle back to that 800-year-old traditional Chinese medicine text.
The treatise on the spleen and stomach.
Yes, exactly. It's fascinating how much it seems to align with what modern science is finding.
What really stands out to me is that emphasis on balance. Like, both systems of knowledge, they stress that harmony within the body.
Right.
The treatise talks about the flow of qi.
Yeah, that vital energy.
And how disrupting that flow can lead to all sorts of health issues.
We're seeing similar ideas in modern science.
Totally.
About the gut microbiome and how if that balance gets thrown off, it can impact so many things: digestion, hormones, even mental health.
It's almost like they're describing the same basic principles, just in completely different ways.
Different language, different metaphors.
Exactly. But maybe getting at the same core ideas.
There was this one passage in the treatise that really struck me.
Oh, yeah.
It talks about how the spleen and stomach are responsible for transforming and transporting the essence of food to nourish the body.
That connects so well with what we know about the gut microbiome and nutrient absorption.
Yeah, those trillions of bacteria.
Right. They're basically helping us get what we need from our food.
That's a pretty amazing partnership. Makes you wonder if those ancient practitioners had some sort of intuitive understanding of how important the gut microbiome is,
Maybe they did.
even without all the fancy scientific tools we have today.
They were incredible observers of the human body. And while they might not have known about bacteria specifically,
Yeah.
they clearly understood how vital digestion is and how interconnected everything is.
I think that's a really key takeaway from this whole deep dive.
What do you mean?
No matter how we look at it, through the lens of modern science or ancient wisdom, the message is the same. Taking care of our gut is crucial for our overall health.
Couldn't agree more. And that includes reproductive health.
Exactly. A balanced, diverse gut microbiome helps create the right environment for hormonal balance, strong immune function, and good nutrient absorption.
Oh, it's so connected.
And those are all essential for fertility. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what are some key things you want our listeners to remember?
I think the most important thing is that we have more control over our gut health than we might think.
Yeah, I agree.
Making smart choices about diet, managing stress, and paying attention to the things that can disrupt our gut microbiome. Those are things we can all do to support our reproductive health and just our well-being in general.
And it's important to remember that the gut microbiome is a super complex system.
It is.
We're really just starting to understand it.
There's so much more to discover.
Oh, I'm sure of it. This field is changing so fast.
Yeah, who knows what amazing things we'll learn in the next few years.
Right. But even with what we know now, there's so much we can do to support our gut health and benefit our overall health and fertility.
Absolutely.
This deep dive has been quite a journey. From the microscopic world of bacteria to centuries-old wisdom, we hope it's made you curious to learn more and empowered you to take charge of your own gut health.
You know, it's also a reminder of how incredibly interconnected our bodies are and how much impact these tiny little microbes can have on our lives.
If you're interested in learning more, be sure to check out the resources we'll have in the show notes.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of the gut microbiome and fertility.
We'll see you next time.